Picture this, Super Bowl XLIX, just 26 seconds left on the clock. The Seattle Seahawks are on the Patriots' 1-yard line, trailing by 4. Coach Pete Carroll calls a pass play instead of handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch, the beast of a running back. The pass gets intercepted. Instant outrage calls it the worst call ever. But what if I told you it wasn't a dumb move but a brilliant bet ruined by chance? Let's unpack how to think like a poker champ to better handle uncertainty, and maybe rethink what good decisions really mean. We all crave certainty, but uncertainty is the rule, not the exception. If you can't control everything, how do you make decisions when the future's a fog? That's where thinking in bets changes the game. Seattle Seahawks coach Pete Carroll faced a split-second choice in Super Bowl XLIX: take the safe run or throw a risky pass. The pass got picked off, crushing Seattle's hopes. Critics called him reckless, yet data shows that play had the best stats backing it. It's a vivid example that even good decisions can look bad once luck steps in. Imagine every decision like holding cards in poker. You don't know your opponent's hand or what cards will come next. You're betting on incomplete information, weighing odds, sizing up risks and rewards. We don't have perfect info in life, just probabilities. Decisions aren't guarantees, but calculated gambles. Once you accept uncertainty, you stop obsessing over right or wrong. You get curious about how sure you really are and what factors you're missing. You start treating decisions as bets, managing risk instead of chasing certainty. That's where smarter, calmer choices emerge. We judge decisions by their results, but that's misleading. Sometimes a bad outcome follows a great decision, and vice versa. How can you untangle this knot? Annie Duke describes resulting. We call decisions dumb or smart based on how they turn out, like blaming Pete Carroll for bad luck. It's easy to forget a decision's quality is separate from its result. This mix-up leads to bad judgment and frustration, especially when outcomes hinge partly on luck. In poker, players evaluate a decision's merit right after making it, without knowing the outcome. Was folding a strong hand smart given the info, even if later the other player bluffed? It's about process, not just scoreboard. Adopting this mindset cuts emotional noise. When you train yourself to judge your choices apart from outcomes, you reduce regret and overconfidence. You learn from mistakes more honestly. The payoff? Long-term improvement, less emotional whiplash, and decisions that hold strong no matter how the chips fall. Your mind loves to feel 100% sure. But what if you shifted from certainty to probability? Thinking in bets means betting on how likely your beliefs are true and updating them as new info shows up. Annie Duke shares how being a professional poker player rewired her brain. Every belief is a bet. Instead of saying, "I'm sure," she'd ask, "How big of a bet would I put on this?" This flips rigid beliefs to flexible estimates, ready to adapt when evidence changes. Imagine your belief as money on the line at a roulette wheel. The more jam-packed the evidence, the bigger the bet you place. If the wheel shows signs you're off, you'll pull back fast. This approach tames overconfidence and shakes loose stubborn dogma. The real power is dynamic updating. When new info comes, you revise your odds. This keeps you smarter in messy reality. Instead of defending your ego, you hone your accuracy. Life stays less stressful, and your decisions get sharper with each bet you place on your beliefs. Thinking alone can trap you in biases and blind spots. But what happens when you bring curiosity, disagreement, and humility into group decision-making? That's where collective betting shines. Duke notes how poker pros discuss hands openly with rivals to uncover mistakes and hidden info. This culture of honest challenge and diverse perspectives lets them collapse biases and sharpen decisions at the table, better than lone wolves stuck in echo chambers. Think of group decision-making as a marketplace of bets. When people bring different info and viewpoints, you hear many odds on the same question. Disagreement initially feels uncomfortable, but it's the engine driving you to better collective judgment and less ego-driven errors. The payoff? Winning groups build shared conviction while holding it lightly, ready to revise as they learn. You get smarter, more creative, and resilient decisions. Trying this in your life or team means welcoming friction, not avoiding it, turning tough talks into clarity. Turning this mindset into muscle takes work. Luckily, Duke offers simple moves you can start today to get comfortable betting on your beliefs and decisions. Start small. When forming an opinion or decision, give yourself a confidence score, like 70% sure. This forces you to admit uncertainty instead of fake certainty. Duke recommends writing this down so you hold yourself accountable and notice patterns over time. After a decision plays out, resist the urge to judge by outcome alone. Instead, ask, given what I knew, did I make the best possible call? This focus on decision quality cultivates learning and less emotional whiplash, shifting from blame and regret to growth. Lastly, get a friend or colleague to be your accountability buddy. Share your bets, decisions, opinions, and have them call you out or challenge your confidence. This feedback loop sharpens thinking and reduces blind spots, just like poker players have their rivals watch their backs. Remember Pete Carroll's pass at the 1-yard line? We saw that decision wasn't dumb. It was a calculated bet with odds on its side, undone by luck. When you learn to think in bets, you stop beating yourself up over outcomes you can't control, get comfortable with uncertainty, and start making smarter decisions in real life. Tonight, try this. Next time you're certain about something, ask yourself, if I had to bet real money on this, how much would I put down? Keep that question handy. Your brain will thank you. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.